Did anybody ask for one of the sequels to Mount & Blade's greatest mod? That might be a controversial explanation, but I think Gekkokuju was an incredible modification for Warband, taking us into Japan. And Shokuo is going to be the same. We've recently got our first gameplay and I was absolutely blown away. The fire arrows, the paddy fields, the lads with their muskets shooting down, and of course getting a look at some Japanese sieges as well. The samurai armor is something that is going to be one of the main draws for this modification. But without further ado, let me introduce you to Shokuo. Boy, oh yeah, oh wow, that's... Hello? What are you doing here? What are you doing? Me? Oh, I'm just playing Z-Day Hearts of Heroes. It's this amazing free-to-play game that's on mobile. By the way, you should get it on the Amazon App Store, because it's way better than the usual. Z-Day follows an alternate history. In 1944, the Allied forces landed in Normandy, which is now referred to as D-Day. But evil scientists used weapons that could change the weather, which led to D-Day battles in Normandy falling in the storm. The Nazis set off an experimental antimatter bomb, destroying most of the countries in the world. This day is called Zero Day, or Z-Day. Z-Day Hearts of Heroes is an incredible free-to-play game. You can completely rebuild your cities to keep the zombie invasion at bay, upgrading things like walls and towers to make sure you're stopping the oncoming forces. Not only this, but you can unlock complete new heroes to fight with. These will help you in multiplayer battles. It's more than just PvP though. You can join region to region, alliance versus alliance, or join the Northern Front events across multiple regions. There is so much here to explore, whether you're playing on your own or with friends, managing your resources, training your army, and researching vital skills. I find this game so immersive, being able to choose the defenses you want to build up and where you want to spend your coins that you've worked for so hard. But don't believe me, go and check out Z-Day yourself, free via the Amazon App Store. But why would you choose to download it on Amazon over other things? Well, actually, you get some really cool benefits, saving up to 20% on the in-game items in this app by purchasing Amazon coins. There is so much for you to explore, so many buildings for you to build, and so many zombies for you to kill. Go and click the link in the description to find the Amazon App Store and check out Z-Day Hearts of Heroes today. We got our very first look back in 2021, showing off some of the Katana Guard variants, some really nice models of the weapons we're going to be able to use. Then listen to some of the fantastic original soundtrack that's being made for Shokuo. A lot of Bannerlord mods are doing this, adding in custom music to really set the scene, and if it's important in any mod, it's got to be this one. It was actually December of 2020 that our first look of Shokuo really came about. It was just a basic custom troop makeover. Of course, you have your archers with their Yari bows and your regular swordsmen with the banners on their back. Something small and nothing too impressive, but this was in December of 2020. You know, a few months after Bannerlord actually released into early access, and it came out in March. So this was very, very special. But it was not too much. It was a regular battle showing off a few weapons and a few troop types, but there was very few in terms of a variety of custom troops, custom sounds, or even gunpowder warfare that we'd see later on. But that was all to come. This was an exciting start and something to tease of what's coming later on, because, oh my, you are not ready for this. But it's the samurai and their arsenal that we really wanted to know about, and this was the first bit of modelling work that we got to see of Shokuo's samurai that will be added in, and of course playable. All this armour will be able to be crafted, played with, and customised much like any other bits of armour that Mount & Blade has offered in the past, but with this new Japanese spin. Shortly thereafter, on the ModDB page, we got a little bit of a teaser of gameplay. It was only 9 seconds long, but it showed us some really fascinating things. For example, banners on the back of troops, something very reminiscent to a Shogun 2 Total War. Muskets on the back. Of course, we're going to be getting gunpowder in here. A new custom map. This is nothing like Mount & Blade has ever shown us before, and cavalry charging in the right flanks to the troops that are in the centre. Speaking of custom maps, this was the first showcase we got of it. Some beautiful yellow forests, and my word, Isn't this just the most incredible thing you've ever seen? But hey, I ain't no fool, it's the real gameplay that you want to see of a true battle. Back in September of this year, the first little bit of gameplay trailer came out. Horses riding, the sieging of castles, and I cannot wait to show you guys this. The year is 1588, in the far aftermath of the disastrous Onin War and the infighting of feuding clans across Japan. Turmoil is rife and has turned the land into bountiful prey for all rungs of society, from the likes of the Uzenji Kenshin right down to the masses. You've been thrown into Sengoku Jidai, the warring states era of Japan. In your hand lies the power to craft your own destiny. Whether you take up the sword or brush in hand, it is up to you to carve your own path in Japan's history and make a name for yourself, be that through cunning foxery or brute force. I love this time era, being able to mix in the cavalry charges with the fire arrows, being able to mix in things like archery and musket warfare. You can even see that fire arrows now stick into things, whether it is boarded up shields or Pavis style shields. Even men will set on fire when they get hit by it, something that we have never seen in Bannerlord before. Of course, there have been fire arrow mods, but nothing like this. Sieges are going to be completely different as well. Long gone are the medieval style castles, but complete custom maps, much like you'd expect from a Shogun 2 Total War style siege. New custom buildings with, of course, beautiful temples and palaces within them. Now you're not going to be scaling walls, but getting up the hard ramps of a fort in medieval Japan, fighting through those yellow forests that we've seen before, turning them red with new custom scenes completely made from scratch, with foliage and flora that have been implemented just for Shokuo. And it goes without saying that there is such a plethora of new troops, arms, armor, whether it is just clothing that can walk around these beautiful towns and cities that we're exploring, or of course armor on the map themselves. Speaking of the map, we're gonna see something big here. A full custom-sized Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord map. Completely custom made for the modification, with new towns and cities renamed to fit perfectly. I love the scale. Of course, this is what Bannerlord does well, showing scales of battles, whether it is in the field or in castle sieges themselves, commanding troops or delegating to your officers. By the way, characters and officers that are made specifically for this modification. Everything from the armor that you wear as a character to what your troops take to the battlefield, even horse armor and horse barding is custom made for this modification. Nothing has been taken from Bannerlord or the vanilla aspects that came before. I can't wait to be walking around my beautiful towns, my beautiful cities, and seeing them created in this new world. Shokuo is something different.